Everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Monikers. Monikers is designed by everybody. Actually, that's not true. It is Monikers is available as a Creative Commons, which I recently learned, even though everybody has known this game. But this is trademarked. Monikers is trademarked by CMYK.
And this is the expansion that we're going to be talking about. This is Monikers-er. So Monikers obviously has been around. It's a really fun party game. This is kind of the standalone expansion to that game. Basically, you can mix this in, and you can have a whole lot more options, or you can play it by itself. All right, so the way this is kind of a party game where you're going to be dividing up into teams, and you're trying to get your team to guess these cards. These cards are a variety of really hilarious and weird things that you're trying to get them to guess. So first what's going to happen is you are going to have a card, and you're going to try to basically, without using the words on the card, get them to guess what it is. So let me go through this, what it is.
Okay.
All right, so, and if you don't know what it is, there's also a little paragraph showing you exactly what it is, so that way you don't get stuck, you know. So, I'm just going to read this off. A themed dining experience featuring staged games, sword fighting, and jousting.
Medieval times.
Medieval times. Okay, perfect. So, we're going to go through as many cards as possible on our team's turn in order to get as many points as possible. The more difficult it is, the more points it's worth. All right, so then the other team's going to have their chance. We're going to keep on going until we have made a full deck and gone through the full deck. And by the way, that deck we start with is actually kind of cultivated by us ourselves. So you might get dealt, let's say 20 cards. You kind of sift through and find the ones that you like the best out of those. So you're going to have some foreknowledge of some of the cards in the deck before we even start. This is going to be a pre-made deck made by the players, so it's going to be hilarious and cultivated to the players' taste, which is really funny. All right, this second time through, we're going to play this exact same game. We're going to go through the deck, but this time instead of being able to say whatever we want, with the exception of saying the card, you can only say one single word. So if I said jousting.
I have no idea. I'm just kidding. Medieval times.
Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go through the whole deck, but only time saying one word. It's going to go a whole lot faster. You're essentially kind of taking what you had learned about the word in the card previously, shortening it down, making a moniker of it, and just making a one-word clue. All right, then we're going to do a whole third time. We're going to go through the deck a third time, this time using charades. No words, but you can make some small sounds, right? So if I were to do some kind of a...
And I would say lightsaber.
Oh, come on, help me out. It's clearly sword fighting.
Sword fighting, not medieval times.
But you know that medieval times was one of the words in the deck, and sword fighting wasn't one of the words in the deck.
I'm just being difficult. I am just being difficult. Medieval times.
Okay, so we would get that point. So that's how the game goes. You're going to go through the deck, once just kind of using all the words you can to describe it as fast as possible, once just using one-word clues, and the third time using charades. And by this time, you know all the words in the deck, you know all the clues, and you're trying to figure out how to do it as fast as possible in a way that gives as many points as possible.
Yeah, so this game has a lot of unique card art, and what I think is really cool is it's not all the cards that have card art, but the cards that do have it, every single card has the artist listed right there on the card art. So I just think that's really cool. It's something to look for. It's something to dig for, kind of, if you just want that to play with that experience, or just to see the type of people that would work with something like this, because it's fun. It's fun to see all the different type of artwork that's on there and how it's credited right on the card.
This is a party game, obviously. Some party games you want to play with your family, but some party games you want to play with maybe your raunchy friends late at night or whatever. And how do you make that happen, right? How do you make one game like this be able to satisfy both of those audiences? Well, they were very smart about putting these little kind of NSFW symbols, these little symbols on the bottom of the cards, so that way you know this card is a little bit more risque. Maybe before you play with grandma, you take those cards out. If we were to play with our 6-year-old or whatever, we might want to pull those cards out.
Yeah.
But late at night, when we're playing with our buddies around an adult beverage or whatever, who knows, maybe you leave those cards in. It's up to you as the player, because you have those choices. Without that little symbol, you might run into some pretty tricky situations that you're going to have to explain to Aunt Bertha.
Well, and it's really nice from just a graphic design standpoint. They're easy to see, but they don't interrupt the game at all. So it's kind of perfect like that. This game adds a lot more variety. Like, if you've played Monikers and you and your friend group have all this stuff, Monikers-er is definitely great for that, because like Ryan said earlier, it is a standalone, so you can just play this, or you can mix it all together, or you can do a little bit of both. So I just like that it's more of what you already like.
The laughter never stops in this game. That is the number one most hilarious thing about this game. The best part of this game is the laughter. The points. I mean, I played this game a ton of times, both the original and with the expansion, and I don't think I've ever cared about the points. I don't remember who won.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're there because you can still talk about it in the moment. But what you do remember is the laughing. Oh my gosh, some of the individual moments, some of the individual one-word clues. Why would you say that? Or some of the acting I got it immediately, or what are you doing? Oh God, those moments are so much fun.
Yeah.
It's really, really just tons and tons of laughter.
Overall, if you're a fan of Monikers, this is kind of like a no-brainer. You've played those cards, you're familiar with those cards, you want something fresh and new while still being able to play the exact same game. Here you go. This is what you want. You are going to love it.
I agree. This is a classic party game that is just even spiced up even more with the expansion. Turns are lightning fast. You can play with anybody as long as you know the audience and take out the cards that are appropriate for that. And just laughing the whole time. Oh, that's what I want to end on. Is just this laughing the whole time. You'll laugh a ton with this game.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.